the most important, or one of the most important traits in life is to be able to be adaptable, to be able to be flexible, being able to get used to a situation that is not exactly to your liking, right? We can't control everything that's around us. We can only control how we act and react to those events in our life and those situations. We can't control the weather. We can't control the economy. We can't control other people, what they say to us and what they do to us, what they think about us, but we can't control how we act and react and how we kind of take all that information in, absorb it, and what we choose to, or what we decide or choose to do with that information, right? So this is super important. I think that everybody needs to work on this. And it's a skill. It's a mental skill that we all have. Some of us to choose not to use it. We can't force other people. You ever seen kids play and they get frustrated because the sibling or the person who's playing with them doesn't follow their rules and the other kid wants to play in a different way, and whatever kid is kind of taking charge and whatever kid is kind of taking the lead and setting the rules of how they're playing, they get frustrated, they get really upset, and they really try to force and physically put the kid or put the other person or that sibling in the position that they want and put them in their hands. And obviously there's conflict, and obviously you can't do that, and that's how they fight, and they get really frustrated and upset, and then they cry, or they hit, and then they throw, and then they walk away. Doesn't work out, right? Same kind of thing when we're adults, and we can't force other people to act or to do or not to do certain things around us. We can ask them. They might do it depending on our relationship, depending on the level of power and authority you have over them, and if they actually follow your rules or not. But really, you're at the mercy of them deciding to follow those rules. You really don't have any control over that situation. So what happens when people don't? What happens when things don't go your way? You have to be able to take a deep breath, accept reality for what it is. And I learned how to define terms and how to break things down into smaller and really just kind of like work through things, as opposed to trying to digest these big ideas and just kind of let these things sit in your head, in your mind. But the difference between what we want and what reality is stress, right? You can define stress as, one of the ways to define stress as the difference between what you want to be to what actually is currently right now. So your reality is cold and you want it to be hot. And because it is not hot, that causes stress, Just the fact that you can understand and address that and puts kind of things into a different perspective, and it shifts things that, okay, not to say that I don't not to say that I don't like hot weather, but I understand that it's cold right now, and it is what it is, and I can't do anything about it, so I'm just going to accept this cold weather, and when the hot weather comes, I'll enjoy it, but for right now, it's cold, and I'm okay with that. I don't like it, I don't prefer it over hot weather, but I'm okay with that. It is what it is. This is reality. And that right there kind of calms everything down and takes the pressure away and kind of de-stresses things. So I use it sometimes. It works. It does work. And I think if the more we do this, the more we're able to actually, make this muscle, this part of our brain, this part of who we are, stronger, and equip ourselves more with the tools we need to be able to navigate through this life and to be able to keep a cool, calm, level head and reduce the amount of pressure and the amount of damage that we do to our body by treating these problems in our head, right? So, I love to say it, the power is within you, the remedy is within you, but you do not realize it. But the moment you do, the moment you start taking accountability and understanding that you are in control of how you feel, see things, think, act, you start to understand that you have the power to also change how you feel, think, act, perceive. Then you're able to kind of change your current reality. You dictate your reality through how you perceive and how you process everything around you. So it's your choice. And I hope this video helped you a little bit. We're going to keep it short today. And as always, never give up, keep going, be strong, be calm, and put your faith and trust in the Almighty. Self-love, self-tone, self-respect.